What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Realistic Rumour with Ipswich. This is episode number 3, and we're coming off a pretty hot episode in episode 2, I'll be honest. We kicked off life in the Premier League with a defeat to Liverpool. We then followed it with a defeat to Man City, but then the points started coming, the confidence started coming, and we earned our first point at home to Fulham. Yes, we were 2-0 up, so potentially 2 points dropped there. But then we went to Brighton, a really difficult place to go, by the way. And Brighton were bottom of the league when we played them. And Leif Davis, this man right here, scored an 86th minute winner to give us our first 3 points in 20 years as a Premier League side. Great to see, and we're hoping to carry on with that momentum today. You would have seen Davis in the team of the week as well. We also won in the Cup against Cheltenham to move into the third round. Well, looking at, I just wanted to address one of the comments that we saw from last episode. Is Eduardo asked what sliders we use. Now, injury rate and severity I've already touched upon. We put the injury rate up because I don't think there are enough injuries in career mode and it makes it more realistic. And then here I actually altered a few of the AI behavior settings after doing some research on a few pages and what other creators use. And I wanted to put shot frequency and cross frequency up massively by the AI, because so many times I feel like the AI just do tiki-taka football, no matter if you're playing City or if you're playing like a Southampton, for example, or a Leicester. So I wanted the shot frequency up because, I want them to have pop shots from wherever, and kind of I feel like that's more realistic, right? And then also crossing, I feel like the AI don't cross enough, so the crossing went up as well. But if you guys have any suggestions for slider alterations, let me know in the comments, because I'm always open to suggestions. Well, looking at the calendar for today's fixtures, you'll see us take on Harrogate in the third round of the Carabao Cup to kick it off, and then 3 league games: Southampton, Aston Villa, and ending off at the London Stadium with West Ham. But heading into the first game of the episode, it is Harrogate Town, the Yorkshire-based side, who are in League 2 right now, but doing well. 4 wins from their opening 6 games. They're third in the division. They beat two League 1 sides as well to get to the third round, so this isn't going to be easy, that's for sure. We do make 11 changes, though. As you know, we will always rotate with these cup games and until if we do get to the later stages. Longo captains the side. We actually start Sammy Smodics. I'm gonna start Chaplin in the cup game against Southampton. I want to start. I just want Smodics to gain a bit of confidence. I haven't really noticed him in these games just yet, so I'm gonna start him in the cup games for now. And what I actually did do about 20 minutes into the game, because I realised we were going to be dominating this game, I pushed Smodics into a false forward, basically playing behind Hurst, because I wanted to get him involved in the game, and it would be those two that would link up for our first proper chance, really. Hurst should have done better, should have hit his shot on target, but it went wide. And then Smodics with a curling effort, you would have seen the replay there, his effort going just wide as well. And then Wes Burns denied by a brilliant save from the keeper. I'm not sure how he kept that one out. Ogbene with the cross, and Burns with the attempted finish, but it's saved by the keeper. And then Harrogate with a rare flurry forward with Matt Folds, who, if you watch my Rex and Realistic Career Mode, played for us for a little bit. And I just wanted to show he basically controlled it on his chest, had a shot that just was well wide and a bit crazy, to be honest. But that's what I wanted. That's the sliders in effect, right? Having more shots. I feel like if I before I'd turn the sliders up, that shot wouldn't have happened. So stuff like that, I feel like that's more realistic, right? You see players having pop shots from him all around the pitch. So yeah, was happy to see it kind of implemented instantly. And then Smodics would actually get us on the score sheet. His first goal for the Tractor Boys. Very noticeable in this game, actually. He goes through one-on-one after Hurst's assist. That's hard to say. And then Sammy slots home to finish it. And then he actually hit the bar from the edge of the box with 15 minutes to go. Almost doubled his and our lead. But the one goal would be enough for us to see this one through to secure our place in the 4th round of the Cup. And it's back-to-back 1-0 wins in the Cup competition so far. So back-to-back clean sheets for Walton as well. Although we were playing against lower opposition, League 2 opposition in both games. But it's always good just to get those victories on the board. Whether you're playing, a Cheltenham or Harrogate in the Cup, or you're playing, the likes of Man City. You want to get that confidence of winning. You want to get that mentality of winning. Now, Cameron Burgess, we put up for transfer in the last episode. We reject this bid here from Borussia Dortmund, Borussia Mönchengladbach, sorry, but you would have seen there was also another bid from Inter Miami. Now, I didn't get a notification from for the bid for Inter Miami. The first I actually saw of it was that they had pulled out of the deal. And that was the first time I was aware that they were actually interested, because I probably would have sold him into Miami, to be honest. MLS, a lot of players go over there and, the chance to play with Messi, Suarez, Alba, Busquets. Who would say no to that? But yeah, I didn't get the notification for that, which was strange. I think there might be a bug with transfer negotiations. I hope not, because it means that I'm going to have to kind of be on my toes a little bit more about those. But we reject the Mönchengladbach bid just because, despite being Australian, I don't think Burgess has played outside of England or the UK. So I'm going to try and keep his destination realistic. As I said, I would have accepted probably the MLS, because a lot of players do go there. Maybe the Saudi League, but probably not actually. Obviously, if a bid comes in from an Australian side, that would be perfect. Or we'll just keep him in England. We'll head into the second game of the episode. It would be the first league game for us playing Southampton. A big game indeed. Southampton promoted with us last season. They went up via the playoffs, whilst Ipswich went up automatically. Saints have yet to have a win in the league this season. 2 draws, 2 defeats. This game finished 1-1 on the weekend in real life, with captain Sam Morty scoring an injury time equaliser to deny the Saints their first points of the season. In game, Southampton are struggling as well. They've conceded 10 goals in their 4 games, but we played midweek and Southampton didn't, so perhaps they're a little bit fresher, and that would show as they would take a 1-0 lead here on the stroke of half-time. Onuachu fed the ball from Joe Aribo, and he would finish this one. Chaplin in the starting lineup for us today, as we look to make it back-to-back away wins, and back-to-back South Coast away wins. Obviously, we were in Brighton in the last episode, just a couple hours down the road from Southampton. We picked up a win there, but it would be unlikely that we would be picking up a win here, as Aribo would grab his second assist of the game, and then he would get in on the scoring to make it 3. For the second one, Aribo feeding Armstrong, who would make it 2-0. It was actually quite unlucky, because Greaves went to block the shot and the shot went through his legs. And then Aribo, Robin Hutchinson, Robin sounded like I named a player called Robin Hutchinson there, robbed the ball off Omari Hutchinson, and then went through on goal to make it 1 goal and 2 assists for the former Rangers midfielder in this game. And that would be it. As I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Onuachu sat on the, I assume on the bench, but it looked like he was in the middle of nowhere. Southampton winning this one 3-0. Liam Delap would hit the post late on, but yeah, disappointing one. I didn't see this coming, I'll be honest. When I went into this fixture, I thought, you know what, we've picked up 4 points from our last 2 games in the league. Southampton struggling a little bit, and the first half was more even, but Southampton were the better side over the whole contest, and they punished us. Top flight sides will punish you. I know they were in the Championship with us last season, but they do punish us in this one, and they kill us 3-0. So we drop down to 17th, for Saints move up to 11th with that victory, their first victory of the season. That also annoyingly ends an objective run of scoring in 10 consecutive games. Even though it's a small objective, one of the board's objectives was to score in 10 consecutive games. We had got to 5. We now have to start that again. As we get our first scouting report from Egypt and Kosovo. Very excited to see what how we're doing here. And, well, this is a bit of a weird one, because four of the players that have been scouted from Egypt are all called Ibrahim. I mean, EA, fair play to you that you've brought in so many nations that can be scouted. That is class to see. But what is going on here? 4 Ibrahims, and I've actually seen some other creators in their career modes. Some of the nations, the smaller nations they've scouted, have had all the players with the same last name. So hopefully this is something EA fix. Props to them for bringing in so many nations. But let's hope that there is a bit of variety with the names. Now, Tabit Ali looks like the pick of the bunch here from Egypt in our first month of scouting. Patrick Douglas picking out this kid. 17 years old. He looks decent, actually. We're going to keep on scouting the 2 Ibrahims. And then I'm actually going to, do you know what? I actually think I'm going to give Ali a scholarship. Let's bring him into the side, and we'll have a look at him in a sec. But first, the Kosovo scouting report with Simon Ferraro, and yeah, some of these players aren't looking too great from Kosovo. Obviously, we're going to be, we're going to get 9 months worth of scouting. So if you don't find great players in your first month, don't panic. They will come. I'm seeing a lot of, well, actually, this kid looks pretty decent. Drilon Hika, decent potential, 72 to 94 potential, centre half, CDM. 5'3" though. Oh wow, he is short. We'll definitely carry on scouting him for now. Yeah, if you don't get good players through the door in the first month or two, don't panic. We've got a whole season worth of scouting here, and Ferraro, he's got a 5-star judgment. I definitely recommend getting the 5-star judgment, because they'll bring in better quality of players. Saying that, we actually reject most of these players here, but the likelihood of getting a better player is higher. So we'll continue scouting a couple of those Kosovo players, and then we have a look at Tabi Ali here. 56 rated centre back. Looks fairly decent, but I actually feel like he'll suit a CDM role more. Now, for some reason, I couldn't make him a CDM. I can make him a cam, I can make him a centre mid, but I can't make him a CDM. So we're going to convert him into a centre mid, and then maybe we can convert him into a cam after that. But yeah, first scouting reports from Egypt and Kosovo not looking too bad at all. As we see, we do some scouting on our next opponent, Aston Villa. Lost in the Carabao Cup in midweek to Arsenal, and then won their first Champions League game 2-0 away at Young Boys. In real life, Aston Villa won the game 3-0, so pretty realistic. In the new European format, 36-team league rather than group stages. What do you guys think of the new European format? Is it one that you're interested in? Obviously, I know that we get more high-profile matches now. Every week we're getting big teams against big teams. But a 36-team league is just, I don't know, is it a bit overwhelming? I'm not too sure. Maybe they'll change it up, who knows? But let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of the new European format? Well, heading into the third game of the episode, it would be Aston Villa visiting Portman Road. Second right now are Unai Emery's side, and unbeaten, 4 wins from 5 to start off the season, starting off very strongly. And they've only conceded 3 goals in those 5 games as well. So that defence is on lock. And it's not just the defence that's doing well, their attack is on fire as well. Ollie Watkins, 4 goals in the first 5 games to kick off this season. But like I said, they did lose midweek whilst we played our cup game last week. So hopefully their players are a little bit more tired than ours. Well, after half an hour, it was a pretty even affair, but Jacob Greaves would be found to foul Leon Bailey as the Jamaican goes down there, and Villa have the chance to take the lead here at Portman Road on the half-hour mark. Tough one this, because as I said, despite Villa being a very informed team right now and we're a promoted side, I felt like we held our own in the opening half an hour. But, gutted. Muric dives the wrong way. Watkins puts it in the corner, and that's 5 in 6 for the England striker. And, guys, I am loving this POV camera. Even though it's for goals that are scored against me, the POV cam is class. I'm here for it every day of the week. Yeah, tough one though. Half an hour in, being 1-0 down. Into the second half, a nice little run. Calvin Phillips on the edge of the box. A bit of space, so he releases a shot. But Emiliano Martinez with the save. And then Ollie Watkins is put through 1-on-1. Well, his first touch was the shot of Muric with the save. A bit of a unorthodox save, but hey, look, if we're keeping it out, I don't mind. Phillips with another long-range effort, which again Martinez keeps out. We weren't too bad in this game, however, we weren't creating too many chances. Kind of limited to long-range shots. I'm not seeing too much from my wide players in these early stages, so yeah, that's something I'm going to have to keep in mind as Watkins would grab his and Villa's second goal of the game. He and Buendia were just passing it around it in our box, being patient, waiting for the opportunity. And they found it, and Watkins has 2, and it seems like this game is out of sight. Well, 10 minutes to go. Leif Davis would release an effort that crashed off the bar. Already has 1 goal to his name in the season. The winner against Brighton, he almost made it 2. And that would have made it for an interesting last 10 minutes. You never know in these games. 1 goal can swing the momentum massively. Muric came up with a big save before Delap would be put in. And you've got to be hitting the target there, son. I probably would have been too late to make a difference. But Delap, you got to be doing better there, man. Not even getting a shot on target when you have a clear sight on goal is a bit worrying. But fortunately, I don't think it would have mattered. And the game ends 2-0. A tough one, that, to be honest. I thought we actually played pretty well and contained Villa more so in the first half. They did express themselves in the second half. But when you have a striker who is in a goal a game form, like Ollie Watkins is now, you just can't contain him for 90 minutes. And that is 6 in 6 for the former Brentford striker. Back-to-back defeats with no goals scored, as you can see there. The Athletic reporting on Watkins. Hot start to the season. So we drop now into 19th spot, above Wolves by 3 points. Wolves yet to win a game. They and Everton are the only two sides yet to win this season. At the top of the table, Villa, along with Liverpool and Chelsea, actually, are all undefeated. But Villa and Liverpool at the top of the table. As we get our English scout report, our second scout report from England from Aidan Cole. And this kid, Bradley Mann, looks decent, actually. We're going to keep our eyes on him as we run through. Billy Evans, not going to cut it. Frankie Gale, not too sure. It's tough, with the potentials. The potential range is so big. Obviously, the potential range does go down over time. Austin Adams actually looks pretty decent here. Left-footed centre-back, 6'1". I don't hate it at all, actually. Adams and Mann looking like the two players that could be key. As we see another bid for Burgess that I didn't see, this time from a Saudi team. That's quite frustrating. EA, potentially a bug in the game, not getting notified when a bid comes in, a transfer bid comes in. That is frustrating. I probably wouldn't have sold him to Saudi, but still, it's annoying not seeing that. As we see here the stats for the Premier League. I really like this, the new and improved look. We now have the players' faces, and it just looks more professional rather than just a bulk list. It looks better this way. And as you would have seen there, one of the players in the top 5 top goal scorers so far this season, Nicholas Füllkrug, the German, now playing for West Ham, who are our fourth opponents for today's episode. Füllkrug with 5 and 6 since his move to West Ham. West Ham started actually pretty well, 8th in the league right now, 3 wins from their opening 6 games. They beat Chelsea and Sheffield Wednesday in the cup as well, and they face Arsenal in the fourth round. In real life, unfortunately, Hammers fans aren't as happy. Julian Lopetegui having a struggling start with West Ham. They spent big money. They brought in, 7 or 8 players in the window. But they set an unwanted record. For the first time ever, West Ham lost all 3 of their opening home games. They've been pretty poor. This weekend just gone, they were dismantled by Chelsea pretty easily. Pretty worrying signs for Hammers sign early on. Well, in this game, they'll be happy at least. Crescencio Somerville, one of those summer signings, giving them a very, very early start. Just 3 minutes in, he has the entirety of London to run through. None of my players wanted to close him down, and he slots home. And then he turns provider as 15 minutes in. Füllkrug makes it 6 in 7 as he is settling into life in London very comfortably, going over and celebrating with the fans. I don't mind that at all. That's a cool celebration, that, although frustrating that it is against us. Not sure what was going on in this one, to be honest. We were so open, and I did tweak a little bit the tactics. I've put the wingers to be a little bit more attacking, but it just felt like the defence had gone missing. I'm not sure what was going on. Every time West Ham went forward, it felt like they were going to score. And with 39 minutes on the clock, they would make it 3-0. Mohamed Kudus, the Ghanaian international, receiving an assist from Füllkrug and slotting home for West Ham's 3rd of the afternoon. And looking like they've wrapped up the points already. Yeah, unfortunately, it was just one of those, this game, where just couldn't handle them. That attacking 4 of Füllkrug, Bowen, Somerville, Kudus, that it's a very good attacking side West Ham have. I like the signings they've made. And so it's a bit of a enigma why they're struggling in real life, but hopefully maybe they'll come to form at some point, hopefully for West Ham fans. You would have said there, Alvarez picking up a yellow card for a foul on Jack Clark. Actually injured our new winger. As you would see in the top left hand there, he picked up an injury. So after this, Greaves miss, which he actually should have done better with. I know it probably wouldn't have affected the result too much, but he should have done better with the big defender that we have. We take off Clark. He is subbed off for Chaplin, who is actually immediately involved. He finds Liam Delap And Delap once again finding himself in a decent chance with no one in front of him but the goalie, but he can't even hit the target. A bit worrying. After those 2 goals against Fulham, I thought, okay, Liam's going to cook here. We're going to see an absolute baller amongst us, but he's struggled in the last few games. Which, do you know what, guys? I don't want to get ahead of myself. Actually, I'm talking like we should be winning every game. I'm not going to get ahead of myself. We have the weakest side in the league in terms of team rating, team budget. We have the weakest. We are the weakest side in this division. Our focus is going to be survival, so we will not be able to win every game. It's unlikely that we'll win 10 games or even maybe 6 or 7 games, but as long as we stay above that dotted line come May, I will be happy. The game ended 3-0. Fulkrug actually hit the bar as well, and then Muric made a really good save. I've been really impressed with Muric in these early doors. He has made a lot of impressive saves and kept us in games in these early stages. As we see, thankfully, Jack Clark's injury is just a bruised elbow, just a 5-dayer, and he'll actually be back for in time for the fixture against Everton. As we see, what is this? Kieran McKenna was seen meeting with Iceland's officials in a local hotel last week for what was described as preliminary talks. Now, EA, come on. I've been in this career mode 2 months, not even 2 months, and you're already offering me an international job. I don't think that's realistic, as we see 4 of the West Ham players in the Team of the Week. I really like this Team of the Week feature, by the way. It's really cool. Leif Davis in there again, by the way. Not quite sure how he got in there with after losing 3-0, but we duly reject the Iceland offer. I won't be managing any international teams in this career mode save. As you see here, we fall to bottom of the league. Just 7 games in though, guys, so no time to panic at all. Wolves picking up their first win of the season at Brentford, a big win for Wolves. As we look at the top of the table here, Villa and Liverpool still unbeaten, as well as Chelsea, but Liverpool out on top. But that'll be it for today's episode, guys. Episode 3. I really hope you're enjoying the realistic career mode as much as I am. I'm absolutely loving it, and the love and support you guys are showing to this series in the early doors is fantastic. So keep it coming, keep those comments coming, keep the likes coming, and of course, subscribe if you haven't already. We're on the road to 1,000 subs. I'll see you in episode 4 very soon.